Welcome everybody back to the TheDomCast. This is episode 16, I believe. We are here on May's today 29th, 30th.
29th.
Yeah, 29th day. It's a 30th.
Damn, right.
We off to a good start. Today is the 30th. We are on the day of the NBA Finals, actually 2 hours before the finals, so we'll be discussing that. But today we actually have a third co-host. So I got Eric and then I got Rod. Rod, say what's up. You got an intro, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I ain't got no intro, but if y'all keep calling me back, I'll have to come up with one.
Yeah, we recorded like a dummy pod last week or something, we were just like screwing around talking about random topics. It'll probably never see the light of day, but we got him here for the Sportscast now. This is the third co-host I said I would have, and we got kind of a ratchet setup. We're working with 2 mics and 3 people, but we're going to improve during the summer. So hopefully a lot of your teams are going to improve. We're going to be doing free agency predictions today because that is a question that was asked. But we're going to start with the NBA Finals. We got the Warriors and Raptors. It did not turn out being the Bucks like everybody was assuming when they were up 2-0. So we can go ahead and throw our official predictions out there. What do you think about the Finals? Who you got? Like anything. We can start with you, Eric, and then probably go to Rod.
With KD being out for at least 2 games, I can see Raptors making competitive. I'm still Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
All the gambling, man. I'm still say Warriors, but the Toronto's they run on they're on a good high right now. So I say 6 games.
6 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Rod? What you got?
I definitely say Warriors are going to win, but given the fact that I don't think it's going to be a sweep, especially given the fact that the first game's in Toronto.
Absolutely
with
not.
KD,
No.
So yeah.
I
don't know how many games it's going to take, but I still think the Warriors are going to close it out.
Yeah, this was the NBA Finals I predicted actually way back at the beginning, and I had the Warriors in 6, so I don't think I'm coming off that. It is amazing how many people though just kind of write off the Raptors, like as good as they've been and with the home court advantage. I see a lot of 5-game predictions being thrown out there.
Well, it's Kawhi Leonard and others. That's how most people look at this team.
It's Kawhi, but they're more than that though. Like you watch them play, like Lowry has stepped up despite all of the jokes.
But fam, he done been in the finals.
Yeah, it's a different stage. Yeah,
we all know that Kawhi Leonard is carrying his team, and it seemed like, and I don't believe the Warriors gonna make the same mistakes Bucks did.
Yeah, of course not. Well,
you know what I'm saying? That's why I see most people see Kawhi Leonard and others.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they see it.
Now, I don't know if you guys saw DeMarcus Cousins is active tonight. You saw that?
And I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, Cousins is active. So I don't know if that helps or hurts the Warriors. Though, 'cause I feel like they're gonna be going at him in that pick and roll. He just now back. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be on
minutes restriction.
Absolutely, fam. He wasn't a great defender prior. He would have messed up quad. I doubt he.
I don't even think he's gonna start. Honestly,
he's not.
I don't think he's going to play enough minutes to have that kind of impact.
It's crazy that Looney is the better option.
Hey, but Looney has improved though.
He's been doing what he has to do.
I know it is. Crazy.
He has improved.
Paper, like,
yeah. So this is gonna take Kawhi Leonard. This is interesting. This doesn't feel like his third NBA Finals at all. Like you think about it, this is actually his third trip though. He could wind up now with 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. I thought it was just 1.
Yeah, he got 2 back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
2 Finals MVP, an NBA championship, and I don't know why I even bring up this question now. Somebody asked me earlier this week, was he already a Hall of Famer or if he retired now? But yeah, I think kind of obviously Kawhi be a Hall of Famer right now.
I mean, granted, have they put Ben Wallace in yet? Even though he got 3.
Yeah, but Ben Wallace don't have the Finals MVP to go with it.
Oh, you talking about, yeah. The Finals MVP and the Finals MVP.
I think Finals MVP just guarantees.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard got all NBA teams too.
Okay, wait. So Finals MVP guarantees it. Now I'm glad because we never had this conversation on the podcast.
I said, out of them 2, the separate difference between Ben Wallace and
no, but the Finals MVP does. Where I'm going with this is Iguodala. It's about to be a no, but listen, check it out. This is probably about to be his 4th NBA championship. Finals MVP. What is it? 2-time All-Star, I believe. Y'all laughing, but is he not going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Okay.
Somebody take the floor, please. Tell me how he's not.
Here's what I'm going to say. What I perceive the Hall of Fame in my mind is not what the Hall of Fame is.
Yeah.
If you go through a list of the people in the Hall of Fame, you're going to run into a bunch of names and you're going to be like, wait, hold up.
Yeah, who is this?
How this dude get in?
Right. Based off who's in the Hall of Fame and their criteria, Iguodala gonna be a Hall of Fame. He's not a first ballot, no.
Yeah, you're not.
But he's gonna make it.
So you're there now. If he wins his 4th title. Because there's nobody in the Hall of Fame with a Finals MVP and 4 titles. Like, that's not going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I'm saying it's a couple Celtics 60 players in the Hall, so I'm pretty sure.
And that was for different reasons. You know, I think it kind of.
But if you look at in retrospect, his resume when he's done, it'll be very impressive.
Right.
You know, so he was the number 1 option when he was with the 76ers. He chose to be.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the thing. Like, I think the thing is, I think he kind of cut his potential short for the betterment of teams. Because when you think about it, after the Sixers, I mean, he could be a star player.
Yeah.
But then he went to the Nuggets, and then he went to the Warriors.
I forgot about him.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He was always in diminished roles.
Yeah. He was that guy.
Yeah, I forgot about the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that year that they were like a collection of random players, and all of a sudden Ty Lawson said they could beat the Heat. I remember that. All right. So, anyways, we are on the topic of Finals MVPs, and this is going to be Steph Curry's chance to finally get that. That's the one thing people can hold against him right now is that he does not have a Finals MVP. Is that going to hurt his? This was a question that came from somebody, so I'm not dreaming this up. Somebody asking something along the lines of if it's gonna hurt his legacy to not get it, especially now that there's no Kevin Durant there.
Well, we talking about if they win, right?
Yeah, if they win.
If they win and KD does, because it's a good chance KD's not playing
the whole finals.
I heard that it was a report where he was limping going to the plane.
Really?
Like he was not walking fluidly going to the plane. You know, hop on whatever.
And that's a strain. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe I'm not a doctor. I don't know nothing about.
Well, honestly, I think they're trying to keep it close, keep it quiet. It's a good chance he don't play at all on this whole thing. If he doesn't play at all, and Curry, it's good. Clay might get it, yo, fam.
Yeah,
get snubbed for the All NBA. Clay might get this, man.
Here's my thing: does he not get a Finals MVP because he played like garbage, or did he not get a Finals MVP because someone else was just playing at
But besides the Iguodala one, all the MVPs was I found if he was accurate in my opinion.
You mean like wait, you didn't think Iguodala was accurate?
He was known for the way he defending, but not mostly his offense.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
defense.
They're just talking about total impact.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he wasn't out there to score 40.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is. That's the only one you could have Curry have an argument for.
Yeah, because Curry did have an argument for that MVP. I think there's a narrative that he was trash in 2015 when he wasn't.
Yeah, and it's because he, the defense on
Delhi.
LeBron.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Curry.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. No,
but this is wide open. If he, because he had, he's not injured. He showed his skill set in the Portland series, so there's no excuse for him not to perform. But if Clay get upset, get hot, if Clay get it, that'd be crazy.
That would be. Everybody got one. And some people feel like Draymond low-key might get it. They feel like he's on a...
so crazy.
That would be, because that's the only thing they can hold against stuff right now is just, that's the only thing they got left. So,
that's the only thing missing on his perfect resume. It's crazy.
Yeah, and this will be his 4th championship already. He working on his... That just happened so quick.
He's the NBA Drake, man.
Okay, so let's go ahead and transition to Kawhi a little bit. Kawhi is the other guy that is in the NBA Finals, opposite of the Warriors and stuff. And I pretty much, my video titles or whatever, didn't really mean much by it, but calling Kawhi the new king of the East since we haven't had anybody else. That's a fair thing though. Right now, he is king of the East right now. Yeah, some people are like, oh, how'd that happen in one season? But like,
he's the best player.
He went through the 2 other teams. But yeah, you were saying before we hopped on the pod that you thought it's a good chance he's going to resign regardless of what happens now.
Like regardless of what happened in the finals. His first year touring the Raptors, he led his team to the finals. Mm-hmm. And even though Clippers in the conversation, Lakers and all of the teams, I don't see why he would leave after he going to the finals.
And what about you, Rod?
The first trip.
What are you thinking
regardless of what happened in the final, unless it's like he losing by 30 every game,
which is not going to happen. They're too good for that.
If it's a 6 games close every game, I don't see why he would leave.
That's a good point. I guess especially given the limited.
He can easily take LeBron's spot and do his little tenure.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. That's the talk with the Lakers and Clippers. The only thing my question has always been is why would you leave the Eastern Conference? And if you've already made it, you make it to the finals, what motivates you to go put yourself in the conference with the Warriors? Because they're going to be there regardless. Clay's probably not leaving. Even if KD leaves, they're going to retool and be right back at it next year. Yeah. So, well, Rod, what do you think about Kawhi Leonard? Do you think at this point is it just he's staying in Toronto because they made the finals? Where you at with Kawhi?
See, my problem with Kawhi is that he's one of the few dudes that I just can't read because of how stoic he is. So I feel like the Toronto is a good situation even though Lowry can be wishy-washy at times. They do have Siakam's developing. Gasol isn't washed up yet. They have a decent bench. What's that dude? Van Fleet's been shooting like crazy since his son's been born.
They call him Father Fred on Twitter. You know how you got like gang sign John Wall? Yeah, it's Father Fred.
So I mean, as far as like teams that are like complete, Toronto's probably one of the better examples you can find.
Right.
Compared to where he could go, and I don't really see him trying to be second fiddle to LeBron, given that he's already shown he can be that man by himself.
He's already proven that he could be the one option. He don't need like to play second.
So
he don't need to be Robin, dog. He's not a Kyrie.
So I mean, I can see him staying, but I can also see him that depending on how. If they get swept in the finals, I can see him leaving.
If they get swept, I think keep going. If they get swept, I don't see how when you're a free agent and see, because the thing is, this is different than most free agency classes. This year, you got a chance to really, really mess with the power in the NBA because of who else is a free agent. Right. Like Kawhi can go pair himself with another superstar this summer.
Start hopping in them group chats. Messaging people, trying to get something to happen.
Like he can really go make something happen.
I guess I don't see. I don't know. I don't see him like. I don't see him being that. Come, let's join up together. I don't see him got that type. He don't get a type of personality.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him like LeBron. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm saying you're right. If they get blown out, it's a sweep. I guess. But I guess how I'm looking at it is like you broke down Giannis in the Bucks, and that's supposed to be the best team in the league. And you made it to the finals.
So back to Rod's point, he was talking about how stoic Kawhi is. How much do y'all think that affects his stock? Because like
it does, because his shoes trash. His shoes fit his personality.
It affects him the same way it affected Tim Duncan.
You think so? Well, no, because Tim Duncan, I feel like people always knew he was up there with the all-time greats. I feel like it's been more difficult for people.
What do you mean stock? When you say stock, what do you mean?
Stoic.
I mean
like
his stock.
His stock. Well, I just meant like a lot of people. This playoffs might have been their first real exposure to like Kawhi the superstar, because it's like this man he ran through the East, some pretty good teams in the East. He did it having some amazing series, and this is, like I said, this is gonna be his third finals, maybe another finals MVP and a championship. That puts him up there with some names that I feel like people don't really have him up there with yet, solely because of his personality.
I'm just saying that the way he presents himself, it has more to do with how it affects his brand versus other superstars, because he's soft spoken. Right. Just he just looks apathetic at times, but I'm not saying that like. I mean, if you're watching playoffs, you're watching him, and you see the numbers he's putting up. So I mean, he's in people's eyes. But I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I don't believe the media or the NBA world is looking at him any different. I think it's how he make his money outside of the NBA, like his marketability. Like, come on, man.
Y'all don't mess with his shoes?
Nah.
You don't like them blue New Balances?
Man, come on, hell no.
The blue ones go hard with the gold in.
What colorways he using?
No, the ones that look crazy is like the Times New Romans, the one that say Kawhi Leonard and like Times New Roman. Those are wild, but like he got some blue ones.
Those look imaginary.
Yeah. I rock them blue ones.
Man, I can find them in Burlington, man.
Burlington Coat Factory.
You didn't have to do them like that.
Come on, they look horrible, man.
Man, so you can find some
balling no New Balances, man. Come on.
Yeah, this is completely. This wasn't a question.
That's not even, you can't even rock those with jeans.
Well, you can't rock most basketball shoes with jeans.
Some basketball you can rock.
I mean, you can force it with some.
But these shoes,
think about it. Like how many Kobe's are you wearing with jeans? Like,
well, you got a point.
Yeah, like
I've seen you wear Kobe's with jeans, Eric.
I mean, we were going to ball.
I was going through things. All right, but you can't. I don't see what you wear with these shoes.
I mean, basketball. I mean, I'm at the age now where I don't think about wearing basketball shoes like outside unless I'm hooping. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not wearing them. I don't got school anymore. I'm not thinking about that.
I don't know. It's these ugly shoes to me.
So this is completely. This wasn't a question or anything, but let's get on the topic of basketball shoes. Anyways, this is kind of like impromptu. What's your favorite basketball shoes? Like throughout your life or whatever? Y'all mess with Shaqs when y'all were younger? Oh, Eric low-key might have.
I'm trying to figure out which.
Trying to think back.
There was some Shaqs that was nice.
I don't. Yeah, please enlighten me. Enlighten me.
I can't remember. It's not the Shaqazoids.
Shaqnosis.
What they call it? Shaqnosis?
Shack Attack.
The Shaqakazis? I don't know.
Y'all mess with them pumps. You remember the pump shoes? Y'all remember those? The ones like you pump them up like
yeah.
Y'all mess with those.
Well, my favorite growing up was, of course, Jordan will always be in most every childhood. It was the 13s.
Yeah, I love 13s.
The 13s and the 5s.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the 11s, but Wild Fro, you get shot up wearing 11s. so you had to get a different number, man.
I also messed with some of T-Mac shoes.
Oh yeah, that's where I was going with this. Which ones you had in mind?
All of them.
So these are the ones I have in mind, like a hit or miss for people. All right, these are my favorite ones. The ones that are like all blue. He has a pair that was all blue and then they was all red. You remember patent leather?
Yeah,
you remember?
I don't like the mixed colors.
You don't like? No. I don't mean mixing them up together. I mean individually. Like he has some
half for half, right? It was half.
I mean, I did that to school once, like with the All-Star jersey.
Yeah.
Like he did an All-Star game. Yeah.
Too,
So you remember the shoes I'm talking about?
Yeah, they talking about.
You mess with the shoes though. I'm saying like individual, like as.
Well, I had the blue ones.
Yeah, okay.
I had the blue ones, and I think I had like a weird colorway. It was like red and like his rocket colors.
Mm-hmm.
It was red with the gray lining, the gray silver.
I kind of remember.
You know, but I don't know. It was T-Max, the blue one. It's the only pair of T-Max I had. I had that and the red one.
Nah, this is an era. I might start hooping in some T-Max. I need to find some of them retro ones.
You gotta
Good luck.
No, you gotta know how to ball though.
I'm
saying if you come in some T-Max, they personally expect a lot from you.
I don't know. I feel like if you pull up and I feel like the people who pull up with like all the gear, like those are the ones you assume aren't that good though, right? Like
if they have the jersey and the matching shorts.
I don't know. The day I rolled my ankle, dude was wearing a Curry jersey. He was fire though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I guess there's no way to tell. Now, how did y'all struggle through the Starberry era? Y'all remember Starberries?
I didn't wear those Starberries.
You didn't wear those Starberries?
No.
You liked those.
Say what?
You liked some Starberries.
He had one pair that was fire. The all white ones and the orange and blue.
I'm good.
No?
I'm not vouching for any of this stuff.
Well, I guess I don't like shoes that have that format where it's barely shoelaces or something.
I'm trying to think back what you.
I don't know. The ones you was talking, I remember going through the list and like one of them pair of shoes, you thought, yeah, they nice. I wasn't feeling.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Cause so the thing with Starberries is there was some where he was kind of, I don't want to say knocking off, right, but it would take the format of the Air Force Ones. Y'all ain't seen those? Like, so it was supposed to be Air Force Ones, but
so instead of the check, it was the star.
It was like an M or something like that. Yeah, it was like he had the high top and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I had T-Max. I had, of course, the Jordans. I had Barclays, the 94 Barclays. Barclays nice, man. Y'all asleep.
I mean, no, I'm not saying I just don't. That's past my time.
For all the other shoes. I had a pair of Steve Francis.
I did. I had Steve Francis. I had all white Steve Francis.
I had
ones.
All white ones too.
Okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah, Steve.
Of course,
Steve
he had some Iversons, you know.
Yeah, Iverson had some good ones.
Oh yeah.
He had a black pair that was real fire.
Yeah, the Answers and I forgot the other one called. Yeah, that's pretty much it. When it comes to signature shoes, especially like growing up, it was like a few people you went with.
Yeah, it was just
like I was not with the. I know KG had some shoes. I was not right.
KG.
Yeah, because think about it, you don't want to wear power forward shoes, man.
Unless you were actual power forward.
Yeah, everybody wearing guard shoes. You don't wear no big man shoes.
It is hard to market a big man shoes because like, is there any like big man shoes with like notoriety besides Shaq like you could think of? Like. I never, no,
maybe the Ewings at one point.
Ewings, okay.
Ewing. You know, Nurkic bought it.
Before my time, though.
Right.
But, and like when they were playing, no.
Right.
Shaq was very marketable personality, but I don't think his shoes were outselling.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Shaq was marketable, but I doubt when he put shit in Payless and shit.
Walmart.
When he dropped the dunk, within the logo dunk. Like,
that's what. Yeah, nah.
He had shoes that were lighting up and had like wheels on it. Like, it was wild.
No, but Stephon Marbury, he's still in the shoe game. He has some pretty innovative. The one with the app. Remember I showed you that? You could like control the lights with the app and stuff on your shoe. Remember that?
That was real?
Yeah, that was real.
I swear I thought it like some photo stuff.
I just thought those are mad extra though.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of those things where like I have a phone in my arm and they do this whole that type of thing.
Right.
I didn't know he had an app that could change the colors.
Yeah.
I like a pair of D Roses too.
Oh, I love D Roses from 2012 when he was. He had some real fire shoes.
Wait, Dom, didn't you roll your ankle in some rows?
I was getting to that actually. I was getting to that about like if we actually believe in that if you wear Adidas, like do you believe in those curses? Not curses, like you actually more likely to roll your ankles in like those Adidas versus like Nike or something like that. Cause
all I know is in any shoe that I've had a catastrophic injury in, that shoe got retired.
Yeah. I never wore those shoes again. The Adidas's, I never hooped in those again after I rolled my ankle.
I never had no experience. I don't really roll my ankle like that.
Yeah.
I know you got horrible ankles.
Oh no, my ankles like to this day from that one time in 2016 when I sprang
that was
it.
Adidas? I thought that was
Yeah, that's when we had.
Oh no, those are Adidas. Yeah, no, I don't have.
I was
Currys.
the one I wore the Currys.
Yeah, he has Currys. Yeah, I got those black and red.
I thought you had the all black Currys.
No,
wait, you do.
I don't have any pair of Currys.
Yes, you do.
Oh, no, I didn't roll my ankle in those.
Oh,
no,
okay, that's what I thought.
Low key though, I don't want to ever hoop in low tops. So like they look nice, but like
that's why
I don't trust low tops either.
Yeah, like we used to play frisbee. Remember the frisbee?
Yeah.
And I used to play in those Currys, and like I was waiting for my ankle to just like rupture or something like that.
Yeah, and like you talk about the players that's out now, like the new era sneakers. Of course, everybody got like fire sneakers. Kyrie got fire sneakers.
Yeah, the designs have gotten real dope. Yeah,
Kobe.
I love Kyrie's.
I don't know about Lillard's. I never got into Lillard shoes. Or the way to Wade.
The way of Wade. You don't mess with those?
Nah, man.
And once he had in 2014, I don't mess with Wade either.
Yeah. We a Converse? What is with?
When he was a rookie, okay, in 06, he had some fire Converse. You remember those? The black and white with the white tip. You remember
I gotta see it.
He wore in the 06 finals. They had a white tip and they were like all black. Those were fire. Those were fire.
I know LeBron had great shoes ever since he went to Miami.
Yeah,
he went to Miami, the South Beaches and Ford and yeah. I didn't like his shoes in his beginning of his career. I wasn't.
Them black ones.
The ones were looking wild.
I wasn't feeling those.
Yeah.
So like Gundam shoes, like a Gundam.
You said Gundam.
So how into Jordans were y'all though? Because the cost, like them, like good $200-$300 a pop. Like
we did what we could to get them.
Yeah.
See, my thing was, I wear 13s and I'm under 6 foot, so my feet were growing at an astronomical rate. So, I couldn't be investing in shoes like that because I could be out of them in like a couple months.
Oh wow, okay. So, mine never grew like that.
I was at times where I only had one pair of shoes because that's all. Because it wasn't worth it. The investment wasn't worth it.
It was a true story. I remember I told my mom I wanted some Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
And we was broke, man. I had FUBUs.
Ain't nothing wrong with FUBUs.
I had FUBUs, man.
Wasn't nothing wrong with FUBUs.
Nah, man. You can't rock with no FUBUs, man. Anyways, I'm like, Mom, can you at least give me some shelter Adidas? You know, I'm like, pay attention to the stripe. It's 3 stripes. I got you. So she went to the store. She couldn't find no Jordan, so she tried to find Adidas. So she came back. It's like the Sunday right before school starts. She came back with some K-Swisses.
K-Swiss.
The 4 stripes. I think it was girls' shoes too, man.
Is K-Swiss still? I don't
know.
The last time I seen some K-Swiss, it was like my 50-year-old uncle.
It was K-Swiss.
Did you wear them?
No, I didn't. I wore them FUBUs, man, from last year. I ain't give a damn. I ain't one of them K-Swisses, man.
You can't even hoop in no K-Swiss.
What you do with K-Swisses, man? Walking shoes or something, man.
Hey, we're laughing though. We're laughing about K-Swiss, but it not specifically to K-Swiss, but there's a lot of like random shoe brands getting into the game now with all the young guys coming up. Like Puma's made their way back in.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? It's not just Puma. New Balance came in with Kawhi. Yeah. Do y'all know anything about that? Where did they just randomly pop up? They came left field out of nowhere. And like,
I think first off, just basic economics, the pie for like shoes as a whole, the industry is growing. So as long as you can get something, you're making money.
Yeah, since Curry went Under Armour, it was like, yo, we can get into this. You know, I don't know who else Under Armour has, but once he decided to go to not Nike and Adidas, the 2 big heads, you realize there's a path for other brands.
Yeah, because I remember when I first seen like DeMarcus Cousins signed with Puma, right?
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, when I seen that, I was like, what?
Yeah, first they only had rookie type players, but you start getting stars. Right?
Yeah, and they getting these guys like as soon as they come out of college. Like,
I only see one pair of Puma, the bright orange ones.
Yeah, I seen on DeAndre Ayton.
Only on the Pumas I see the bright orange ones.
And Kawhi is I can't believe that when you think about how weird that is. Like we're talking about Kawhi, a top 5 player in the NBA, has New Balance. Right. Like that's the thing right now. Like that wouldn't even been possible. Like
when I think of New Balance, I don't think of like athlete, no type.
You think of like cookouts, like certain types of cookouts.
I think
is he those cheap ones or is those $400 ones?
Yeah,
like
only New Balance. Cause New Balance, I do like New Balance. The ones it was like the suede ones.
I don't know any new, but besides the blue ones, I don't know no New Balance.
Early 90s, 2000s, but I don't know this one, man. At least Under Armour known for like their,
right,
active wear, but maybe he could change that narrative around for NB, man.
Speaking of that, how did Jordans go from like basketball shoes to really just like style? Because like you don't see anybody hooping in Jordans. Like they don't even feel good to actually.
I don't see nobody hopping those balls.
No, you only ball in Jordans if you have no other option.
Right. Yeah. He was an icon, man. Yeah. The first of his.
That's what I'm saying. You would think people afterwards were probably hooping more Jordans, but like it's a rare occasion when you see a super like Kobe. The year he was off of his shoe contract, he wore some Jordans.
Only person I see wearing Jordans is LaMarcus Aldridge. He wear 11s a lot.
And he don't even he does? Yeah, he does. Yeah, okay, that's true. That's very true.
Only person I would see wear Jordans. I guess like a lot of shoe got a lot of science to it. It's a lot of hand, perfect for your feet. I don't think Jordan had that type of.
Like I don't know if the shoe was just because Jordan was so beloved that they want to take the shoe off, so then it just became a lifestyle shoe or what. But
yeah, that's what it is.
It's just what it is. It's what it is right now.
I just think it is. He's the god of basketball. So like, if you got on the flu game ones, I see you. That's just how it is. Right. Like I don't think other players have a game where you could tie like a shoe that could tie to a specific game.
That's a good damn point. I've never thought about that.
Yeah. Jordan got a few shoes that tied to a specific moment in his career. That's what made him so. That's why they only re-released the same 14 shoes.
Yeah, see that's what I think. That's what lost me with Jordans. Like when I was younger, like of course I loved them and stuff like that. But like I can't see going back to get like they changed like the sole a little bit. Now I got to go drop another 300. Like yeah, if I was rich, maybe just because like when basket hoops head, but like. Honestly, like you change one color on like one tile on the shoe and like
with Jordan 28s.
Yeah. Wait, how did they go?
I think it's what 20. What's in the 30s now?
I mean, after a certain point,
22s.
They went to 23. I remember the 23s.
Yeah, I think, but outside of 14, like you good on this.
Yeah.
Wait, outside of 14, you good?
Yeah, I don't like the 17. I don't like none of that.
To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what they look like because the 14s is about. Yeah,
I don't even like the ones where you like. I think it's the ones we had the ankle strap.
Yeah, the ones Melo wore, the 20s. Yeah, I love those. Those are fire. Yeah. I remember those. Yeah. All right, so this is a good topic because I actually just saw some players mad about this on Twitter, but this is a real good conversation to have. So we're talking about how media people's votes basically get to affect dollars because. It's like Klay Thompson. You saw his? Did you see his reaction?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, and they told him Bradley Beal. Did they say Bradley?
Kimba.
Yeah, his face. He was like,
Kimba, fuck out of here.
Clay's a national treasure. But okay, yeah, Eric, you brought this up.
It went from like 220 to 190, something like that.
Yeah, something like
It's like 30 million.
It's really votes out here.
I mean, granted, like he's not like gonna be homeless or nothing.
Yeah, but still, though, like, that's a bag.
That's still a bag.
I don't care if I got $1 billion. I'm mad if I just lost 30 million. I don't care. So what y'all think about that? Because this is media members and like
Well, to my understanding, the original idea is to keep big names in small markets. But I just feel like the way players can just like, I don't really care about the money. I could team up. I think it really did go against the whole idea of trying to keep players with certain franchises.
Oh no, I meant the vote. I mean, I thought we were talking about voting on.
Well, I'm saying that's why they put that in the. All NBA teams. You get the team you win can offer
super in the Supermax, right.
But when it comes to the voters, just I'm pretty sure everybody who was a Boston voter voted for their people. So it's humans, man. They're gonna vote for their people.
Well, but that's exactly why they don't let players do it, because players just gonna vote for their homies and teammates.
Like if you take away I agree, but who what's the perfect system?
I think if you had some retired players that had certain accolades, had them vote to a certain extent.
Retired players get biased as hell. Like they got some people. I mean,
everyone's biased.
Yeah, that's the problem. Everybody's biased. But I think the point of having the media is that you probably get the least amount of bias because you got players that don't like other players, not gonna vote for them. They're gonna vote for their homies.
But here's my other thing about the media. If you tune into, if you watch ESPN, Fox, we listen to podcasts, some of these hot takes I'd be hearing, they'd be out of control. So.
Those aren't the ones voting though. It's like it's like the right. It's like who even votes? It'd be like you don't even know, like the ones that you see on like some article somewhere votes, right?
Some of the people be sitting down giving people players questions.
Mm-hmm. They get the vote.
Guys vote. I think Mike Windhorst vote. Wilbaum got a vote. Wilbaum.
Some people, because they come out later and say I voted for so and so.
Chris Bouchard got a vote, I think.
Right. I think we had a year where they let players like vote on like the rest of the All-Star team or something like that, but they just voted for their teammates. Like
they vote for themselves.
Yeah. I don't know what alternative solution you could come up with where all parties would like agree on, because this shit affecting Kemba getting fan.
Because think about this. Like, think about if you let players vote on all types of awards, right? Like, players be blackballing the shit out of Curry. Like, Curry was like disliked by his peers. Like, not as a person, but like, envy is a thing, bro. Like, it'd be
I remember, I don't know, you tagged me in this, but I think somebody said some stupid ass shit. I think it was Starberg saying one player was the best player in the league, but he's not even a top 10 caliber. And I think he tweeted like, "Yo, this is why you can't let NBA players vote on things."
Oh, well, okay. There's some stuff on Marbury said, and I tweeted. I was like, that was a conversation I was getting to next. It's a thing where people say like, "Oh, if you never played, like you can't talk about the game." But I'm like, look at what certain like Pierces say. Yeah. Stephon Marbury says Zion Williamson was better than LeBron already. I'm like, bro, these dudes were stars in the league, but look at them, they saying crazy shit. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know why. I don't know. It's 100 media members. And if you look at the ballot sheet, some people got votes that don't deserve it. Like
Marvin Bagley got
come on,
all NBA votes. Yeah.
See, my problem is when they do stuff that's like completely crazy. Like in the past with the all defensive team, when people have one defensive player of the year and then not end up on the all defensive team before.
That's the weirdest thing.
So that's what I'm.
I don't understand that at all.
Is that a phenomenon that's been explained? Like certain points went somewhere or something like that? Because I have a hard time imagining people deliberately voted this guy defensive player of the year, but not first team too. Like
do their votes not are the same people not voting on both? Or is it like different?
That's just strange.
Is it like different groups of people voting? I mean,
right.
You can't finesse that so much where you're not making first or second team defense. That's crazy.
And this year, did you realize, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, this was Klay Thompson's first defensive team.
It is.
Yeah, he's never had a defense, but the whole thing we known about Klay is 3-and-D, and you put him on another team best player.
And you could make an argument that this is probably one of his average defensive years compared to what he's done.
Right.
Like in the last couple years, as regards to so.
Yeah.
So what you believe can change that can improve the CBA with how the all NBA teams affects contracts?
Well,
anything you can think of that can
I mean, I could think of right now the way the All-Star team isn't it like multiple votes? I'm not gonna say include fans in this, obviously, but I'm saying like right now. But my point is like, so the All-Star team is like coaches, fans, and like players don't get a vote now, do they?
Did they take it away or?
I think they took it away.
I thought they just they wait the weights of what the votes are.
All
NBA
teams?
Different.
No, I'm talking about All-Star teams. I was saying like maybe for these All NBA teams, like you start splitting the vote between, because you can't just to get rid of, but not get rid of bias, but to minimize bias as much as possible. Maybe you do get media members, some players, some retired players. Like try to get as many sources as you can.
But here's my other thing. I think there's some voters that are going just purely on stats, and there's some that are going purely on the eye test, and there's some that are doing like a mixture of the both.
Yeah, because everybody doesn't watch the game the same. They don't value the same things. So,
especially when it comes to defense, because some people they just look at impact.
Yeah, don't watch the defense.
Okay, was y'all satisfied with the All NBA teams?
Was I satisfied?
Well, you changed
so were you satisfied with LeBron being on third team this year?
I think it's interesting how Westbrook averaging a triple double is only good for third team now.
Well, people don't got tired of triple double.
I'm saying when people get used to something historic, it's just commonplace now.
Right.
And I was well. Technically, did Klay have a better year than Kemba? No, right?
I mean, it's hard to like compare those because like they play totally different roles. Like Kemba's playing on a losing team, taking a bunch of shots.
Hornets didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I know that,
so it's about Klay averaging.
Clay is playing averaging
20 as a two-way player on a on one of the top best 4 records in the league versus a volume shooter with no help that was like a 9 to 10th seed.
Then you come in like, what if they switch role? Like, what if Clay had to be the number 1 option? What if Clay had to do all these dribbles?
And
Clay
what do y'all believe about Clay now? You think he could be a first option somewhere? Because we've seen him go off in important moments now.
He go off, but again, I think the 60 points and 11 dribbles kind of hurt him being a shot creator. Like they can, if he was the only option.
Because the thing is, he's gotten a bit better at creating his own shot too. Because he has a little post up, he has a little bit of a fadeaway.
Right.
He's got the most.
I guess it's hard to say because who he played next to.
I just think that the Warriors' current system, that it probably inhibits him the most compared to, because Draymond's facilitator defense, rebounding, and then Curry and KD are just doing your turn, my turn, and then Clay's just kind of having to.
I guess that's the sacrifice if you on a stacked team.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm just saying that I can't really tell you how he would do if he had the actual green light. So
yeah, if he had to switch a person, it would be Kemba. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
But I think everybody else got I was surprised Joker's got the first team.
You were surprised?
I was probably gonna give it to him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, because it seemed like people would sleep on him most of the year. I'm not gonna lie, I slept most of the year. Like I thought because I watched him and I was like, I watched him and I was like, okay, he cool, but like in the playoffs, in my defense, he took it to another level in the playoffs. Like he went from like all-star, great player to like, this guy can get this done. Like he could do this.
For me personally, I don't see the hype on Gobert.
Gobert? You don't see the hype there? What you explain?
I don't know.
I don't think he has a whole lot of hype. I mean, he's a great defensive player.
And he's second team? And he on all NBA team?
No.
Maybe defense.
No,
Gobert is definitely not on the second All NBA team.
Who's the big man on the third team?
Absolutely not. Not Gobert. Let's look it up real quick.
Well, I'm saying is Jokic.
Jokic is on.
Jokic is on.
Embiid on second.
Yeah, pull it up.
I think it's his buddy, man.
It's not Gobert.
It's Rudy.
Right, got us.
Oh yeah, he did make 13.
What the
Damn,
fuck
for real?
is that?
Yeah,
It
was Kemba, Westbrook, LeBron, Blake Griffin, and Gobert.
I'm not gonna lie. After these All NBA teams came out during the playoffs, like it went in one ear and out the other. I didn't realize he was on the third team. Who you wanted in his spot?
The fam, like I don't see the big.
I mean, third team is like you made it, like cool. Third team is like you made it.
That's how you look at third team. I'm saying.
It's good. It's accomplishment. Don't get me wrong. It's an accomplishment, but
okay.
Not
So what center would you have instead?
Well, big man. It's got to be a center, right?
Because like who are you doing? Because Cousins got hurt. He's not Cousins anymore, and they had him beating Jokic, and so who else is going to be?
I guess right. He had to fill in that last spot. I don't know. Do you think it would be better for the league if they did do this top best 15?
What do you mean?
Players in the All NBA instead of the position things.
Oh, just the best 15 players in the league?
It'd be more guards than anything.
I mean, the problem is that we're in a very guard dominated league right now.
I mean, because you have the same from year to year, you'll pretty much have the same best 15 mostly, because like the top 10 players is like top 5-10 players is always guards. From year to year. Really, yeah. It's kind of. I think that closes a lot.
Well, it seems like they have to do only 2 guards and 2 forwards or 3 forwards.
Right.
Like I don't say that because when we play positionless basketball, I don't know why you need those positions.
And that has changed a lot, because that even looks weird with the All-Star team now, because it used to be like traditional 5, right? An All-Star team, and like now
it's just backcourt, frontcourt.
Yeah.
There's bodies, bigger bodies, smaller bodies. I don't know. You're right.
Yeah. All right, so we can move on a little bit. We were talking about the Warriors before all of this, and they dispatched the Rockets. The Rockets are fishing. And now we get the information that they got it's a fire sale almost. It's looking like they said anybody but Harden is the last I heard. And me and you talked about this, Eric, on the last podcast, where the Rockets would go. I had kind of said like it depends a little bit what the Warriors do this summer, because if they kept Kevin Durant, you don't want to come back the same, obviously. But they're not even waiting for that. They're like, hey yo, anybody but Harden, make your offers.
They went all in, man.
So here's my thing about the fire sale, especially in regards to Chris Paul. 3 years, $124 million. I don't know who's dumb enough to pick that up unless I don't know how you move that.
I don't. Yeah, I just can't think of a team because right now if you're a team that's gonna somehow deal for Chris Paul, you need to be right there on the cusp of like a championship. Because I'm saying like you add him to maybe your team in need of a point guard or whatever. I can't even think of a team in that situation right now really where Chris Paul, because Chris Paul he's not. I saw somebody say he's washed. He's not like washed. He's not like Dwayne Wade in his last few years.
Is he all-star caliber?
He can be.
Yeah, I mean, he can play like for over a
Chris
stretch.
Paul is not like when we look at him and think, damn, I remember when Chris Paul was like this. Like
I'm saying, so you say
I'm not trading for him.
He's a legitimate all-star caliber guard.
Eh.
See the fact
at times.
Okay, at times.
What I'm saying is Chris Paul is not like a shell yet. He's not like he's still got something
like
there.
he's over the hill, but it's not like he's like rolling down the hill right now.
The thing is, his specific situation with his injury history and the cost of his contract makes him nearly impossible to move.
Like I said off air, I blame Chris Paul.
You blame Chris Paul.
Yeah, fam, you know what time it was. You know if you take this contract, you're going to handicap your whole team.
Yeah,
you're not getting any better, bro. He could have shaved off some meals. I understand his money, but fam.
Yeah, I mean it's that thing on 2K when you see financial security and their loyalty and say his financial security was up there, and I can't blame that. But he took a bag last summer. He didn't.
I'm saying like he knew a time. He knew that this is my final contract. I'm gonna get the most I can, but. Plus, after the narrative that we only lost because y'all didn't have me, and after that failed, like he looks worse because taking that contract.
I mean, granted, when that contract was signed, we all knew back then that this was gonna happen. That it's gonna be like it's gonna be a contract.
Couple years later, not right now.
We knew it was gonna be a contract. Like dude's gonna be getting paid like. Whole bunch of money's gonna be like 37.
Right.
Like,
I just hate that I understand it, but like, fam, you know they're gonna handicap you.
Well, I don't even know if the Rockets actually asked him to take a pay. Like, was there any kind of negotiation?
Well, I guess it's more like, he's a veteran. He knows what time it is. I thought he should be doing something. I know it's not everybody out of Tim Duncan, but
Yeah, because from my understanding, the Rockets was like, obviously the Rockets coming in within one game of the finals last year knew they couldn't come into this year without Chris Paul. That was not an option. Yeah.
But to be honest, I doubt Chris Paul would have left if they would have said, "Can you take off such amount of dollars?"
Shit, he might have.
I doubt he could.
Maybe, yeah, but you're right.
It's the first time in the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, granted, he did. He also might have been just fine for the money because he did basically. Didn't get that Supermax and for the Clippers.
Right, because he feel like he could win there, but he knew he came with game close. I think he would have. I don't know. I just feel like
so he might have been trying to just scrounge up what coins he could.
We were expecting this to happen too later down in the 2 years, not right now, man.
So now this is on my mind. We'll get back to the Rockets in a second.
Know what they could do at this point, anyway.
You said you blame Chris Paul. So
I don't blame, but I look at he's one to blame. If you had to do a pie chart.
Okay, so that's there. So do you feel the same way about Kobe when he took that bag off of the Laker fan bias coming in?
Absolutely.
What do you mean that 2 year $50 million?
Yeah, when he was at the end. Like, was that after he tore his Achilles, or was that they gave him that after he tore his? Yeah, no, they had to. Yeah, because nobody would have said anything if. Yeah, that was a thank you contract.
That was like the thank you gift.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, granted, if he had taken a pay cut, would the Lakers situation
he'll still filling up seats. He'll do an obligation. This is
okay. That just crossed my mind. Yeah.
So he ain't gonna hit none of that. Say that now.
So thinking about Houston, to be honest with you, because fans were asking like, where does Houston go now and stuff. My whole thing is like, I'm not even gonna really speculate on this podcast just because there's so much that's gonna actually happen this summer. There's a lot of moving. You don't know what the Warriors are gonna look like, if they're still gonna be a juggernaut. So, and what the response to that will be if they're not. So I can't even speculate for you. But we can speculate about free agents because weeks ago you put in the group chat like we should talk about like our predictions for where certain players are going. So I'll just throw some out there. We'll start with Jimmy Butler and we'll get y'all on there. Where do you think Jimmy Butler is going? He'll stay in Philly? Is he going to Jets somewhere else? And if so, where?
See, one of my problems is that on social media these players be giving off messages. I'm pretty sure. Jimmy Butler said something like "Thank you, Philly."
Yeah,
or something like
he
that.
Did?
Yeah,
I didn't see
said
that.
"Thank you, Philly," but the way it's almost like
he was just thanking him for a good season.
Nah. The thing is that it's open to interpretation.
Funny, every player thanks the city after they get knocked out of the playoffs. It always happens.
How long? Right after, or a couple series after?
Well, it depends. Like Joel Embiid cried first, and then he thanked Philly for a good season and
it's
said
right
back.
after though.
No, that was like 3 days later.
Butler recently.
No, this was like.
I mean, maybe he just never got his stinky post. Okay, but y'all might think he leaving. So, like, all right, then what do you think?
Well, honestly, I think he will stay.
You think he's gonna stay in Philly?
Yeah,
because Philly gonna do whatever they got to.
I think he should stay.
I think Tobias leave, but I think they're gonna keep. Cause he was great. He came in his clutch moments, and they love him.
Yeah.
And just go to a place where you love, man, for real. Because Butler got a bad rotation.
But I mean, on the side note, I just don't think the 76ers are going to be the team they need to be until Ben Simmons can hit like an elbow shot.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. But yeah, I think. What about you? You think Butler staying or?
Yeah, because I just think that that's normally when I think of a player leaving a team, it's like it's a team look a little bit funny in the light. Thing with the Sixers is they could have possibly been. They matched up with the Bucks well. They could possibly be in the finals right now if they had beaten the Raptors. We didn't hear a whole lot of problems like he had in Minnesota with Philly. Right. And in Philly, I got to think they're gonna do whatever they can to make him happy because they traded for him and they don't want that just to be a rental. So
there been a lot of moments where they gave him the ball to close out games.
And also it wasn't. Also the way they were eliminated, it's not like they were they got swept or whatever. Like they gave up. They gave a good fight.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was just a better fight than Bucks.
It was just the circumstances weren't in their favor. So I think also how you lose plays a big role in if you decide to.
Yeah, and they all fought. So it'd be hard to imagine. The only thing I saw is the same thing you see with every free agent. There was a story that came out supposedly Jimmy Butler would love to be in LA, but wouldn't everybody? Yeah. So we're not even gonna discuss that because that all happened. Who knows?
But Dom, moving on, since you are the Celtics fan in the room, what is your thoughts on Kyrie?
Yeah, we talked about this on the last two podcasts. Because Kyrie's a free agent too on there. Yeah, I think Kyrie is probably gone. Honestly, I mean we haven't heard anything from either side. We know LeBron liked that picture with Kyrie in a Lakers jersey. I know y'all heard about that. Yeah, it's just the attitude is so toxic on this team overall. Not even just Kyrie. Terry Rozier came out a couple of days after the season ended. It was if the same team come back, I might have to go. They treat Kyrie and Gordon differently. And the whole season, all these sound bites, Kyrie didn't really help with that either.
No.
I mean, maybe Danny Ainge is gonna say, hey, we're trying to move for AD. We're trying to do this, bada bing, bada boom. But I don't know. You weren't here when me and Eric discussed it. I said that I think Kyrie may have realized that he's just not a Batman, honestly. Maybe I don't know if he still wants that challenge. When Kobe lost without Shaq for years he didn't give up. He said, I'm Batman one way or the fucking other. That happened. With Kyrie calling LeBron and apologizing during the season, I don't know if he's that guy. So he might be cool with just going back and playing with LeBron and
Hey, a little crazy, man.
Maybe that Brooklyn for some reason thinks that him and D'Angelo Russell can work out in the backcourt. I don't understand that at all.
I don't think there's enough balls or shots.
Not even that. Fam, that people about to run up 70 on the backcourt alone. Look, I love Kyrie. I'm not about to switch up on Kyrie. I love him, but he's not a defender like that. So, and you want to have him and D'Angelo in the. I've never been a fan of.
Where do you think he's going? Lakers.
I just don't know where, because there's the only other one. The Knicks with Kevin Durant is the thing you throw out there. Maybe he's gonna, if he just don't care what anybody think, he'll go back to LeBron because you gonna get you'll be, the memes are gonna be wild. You look like you got sons. So, but yeah, no. Throughout the season, mostly I've maintained that because there seems to be for some reason it seems to be this underlying chatter this whole year that everybody knows people are going to the Knicks. James Dolan said it. All the players on the I don't know how many players said it, but it was a survey and they thought KD was going to the Knicks. For some reason, there's just an underlying tone this year that they're finally going to get somebody. So Kyrie and KD in New York is not impossible. But yeah, I basically see the Knicks are because if he's not gonna go to one of those two, I don't see why he would leave Boston then.
That's true.
Unless you're gonna go to the Clippers and team up with somebody. I don't know. Same options as everybody has, really. Oh, okay, but we didn't really give our prediction. So Jimmy Butler, we said was staying in Philly. We have to pick a team because we're not just gonna cop out and say. So I'll say Kyrie Knicks. Where y'all go, Kyrie?
I say the same thing.
Okay.
It's so hard because hold on, pause. Where is KD going? What's KD doing? Because that dictates where Kyrie goes.
Knicks.
Yeah, I say Knicks too.
Knicks.
Granted,
regardless how this postseason goes.
Granted, 3 weeks ago I thought KD might have been staying, but his IG feed, Twitter,
after all the wars about KD, how do he look, how he better? Yeah, I think he's sliding too. I'll say I have more confidence in Knicks, but I don't. I can see Clippers.
You see Clippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my whole thing with Kevin Durant, like you asked, you slipped it in there. You were like, regardless of what happened in this postseason, what is KD going to do? I honestly think his mind is already made up. It's like, fam, it's either he don't care that he looks weak for being on Golden State and he's going to stay, or he's figured out that he needs to like do what LeBron did and rebuild his reputation. Right. And one of the best things he could do is go to New York and, you know, take another star so it's not like a juggernaut, but like you got a chance to win. You win in the mecca of basketball that hasn't won since the 70s. I think that's a good deal for him.
Ain't nothing like a New York market too. So.
Yeah, like
All right, I can see.
So we got
Knicks fans have had a very tough road.
right. So that'll be my final. That'll be my final pick.
They still trying to. They still trying to recover from not getting Zion.
If they only end up with like Chris Middleton and like somebody this summer, it's gonna be looking wild. After this whole year, they're gonna be the new Lakers if they end up with if they just end up with some second rate. Okay, so who else? So we've done Kyrie, we've done KD, Klay Thompson, Golden State.
He's staying.
Yeah, he's not.
Especially if KD leaves, then he's staying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just don't understand what his motivation, money.
It seemed like he's like, I'm getting champions. Y'all can slide over.
I think after the fact, since he lost the 30 million on the All NBA, like at this point, money barely doesn't even matter.
I know some people thought the contrary. Some people were like, "Yo, he might be getting pissed, like playing it," because like part of him being like slept on is probably being in that role in Golden State.
Right.
Because think about it, out of Golden State, all these years they've been the villain. Klay Thompson don't get hate. Like who hates Klay Thompson? I don't think anybody actually hates Klay Thompson. It's not all that hate Golden State gets, and there's none of this pointed at him. He chilling in the cut. So like, yeah. So that's with him. Who else is a free agent that we haven't discussed?
Kawhi Leonard.
Y'all go ahead and go.
Isn't Draymond a free agent?
No, not till next year.
Next year.
Kimba.
Oh, Kimba, yeah.
I mean, Kimba said that he's staying.
Wait. When did he say that?
This was months ago.
Okay, now everybody says I love where I am. I want to stay. Nah, fuck all that. Fuck all. Yeah, exactly. That was Kyrie. Kyrie got on the stage and said, "If y'all have me, like I plan on being here." Damn, yeah. And then he later said he got caught up in the moment. Like whatever.
Oh, nobody shit.
Kimba. What y'all think about Kimba? He's leaving Charlotte. I'm gonna let y'all pick, but he's leaving Charlotte. Y'all go.
He has to, man. Fam, you lost. You're not getting no closer to the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
You can't drop 60 in the game and lose.
My thing with Kimba is like, do you want to play meaningful basketball at some point in your career? Because so far it hasn't happened. So like.
Another thing, I don't see Jordan paying him all that money. I know Jordan.
What Jordan said he do whatever he got to do to keep Kimba.
Fam, like he knows. He know he don't deserve that, man.
Kimba don't deserve it?
Man, he not that.
Who else?
Type of
what is Charlotte gonna do?
Who else is on the team?
Yeah, like what are you gonna do if you don't pick Kimba? Like the same thing with Lillard. Like what y'all gonna do? Not give him a supermax? Like what are you gonna do?
Give it Kimba 200.
If Kimba, can you name someone else on the Hornets right now?
Nobody on the Hornets.
So you gotta pay somebody. You gotta pay him.
So y'all pretty much paying for tickets then.
Well, no, it's just that you might fall into obscurity.
At the end of the day. You gotta pay somebody.
Now, you don't want the franchise to collapse out here.
So the fact that the lottery changed, you can't really blow up teams no more.
Yeah, because you don't want to bet on that. Like, look at that. Like the Lakers got a third pick this year.
There's nobody gonna blow up teams no more. That's just.
Well, no, people will still blow it up, but you got to be strategic.
But now you can be like you can try to be competitive. It doesn't work out. You can still end up with a decent
I think
pick.
what happened this draft is that you found out tanking is not going to save your life anymore. You might end up with like the 7th pick. Like
the fact that LeBron left and they got a 4th pick is crazy. Man.
Yeah, LeBron.
I hope Kimba leaves. I really want him to leave because you don't want to have your whole career this year. You fight for 9th seed, 10th seed,
and where to? I'm gonna go ahead and say it before. I think the Lakers are going to strike out on free agents, and that's what they're going to get. They're going to be left with. I think after the year of expecting Klay Thompson and these, I think they're going to get. They're going to get Kimba.
I think the problem with LA is that all the current events going on over there doesn't want. Is messing with their landing potential.
Magic out there fucking them.
Because I mean, if you got LeBron, like. All this stuff about Pelinka, LeBron.
Yeah, like who would be there with that?
Like that's all. How's the
Rock
the direction of power?
Heath Ledger.
Rob Pelinka.
No, Kobe story.
Now I wonder if that would. Do y'all? It is off topic. Whatever. Do y'all think he actually made that up, or you think he just misremembered like details? Because I don't know. We looked at the math and we looked at it and we saw that I think the movie was still in editing at the time that conversation would have happened. So maybe he saw like I think the thing that I saw was that maybe Kobe saw that intro part that where they robbed the bank or whatever, and then that's what he wanted to talk to Heath Ledger about, but.
I mean, but the thing is that the time frame that Heath Ledger died.
Yeah, the time frame makes it unlikely.
Is pretty. Is like 6 months.
Yeah.
So like
the time frame makes it very unlikely. But Rob, either way, NBA Twitter don't care. That big Rob Pelinka came with meme. Like, did y'all know Pelinka was on the team with
Fat Five?
Yeah, and they said he probably told Chris Webber they had a timeout.
That's crazy.
I knew immediately I saw that. I was like, this is the new meme right here.
You got a timeout, man.
Yeah, but speaking of Rob Pelinka and all the drama, how much do y'all think that actually affects a superstar player wanting to go there? Because technically, if you're going to LA, you're gonna have media drama either way.
Yeah, but
you're on a spotlight either way. You go.
That's true, but I guess you want a strong front office, man.
Because if you're a player, let's just say hypothetically, like a Kawhi Leonard, you might feel like, hey, if I go there, I'm with LeBron now. We all good. Things start. It fixed from the bottom up. I was just using him hypothetical. I'm talking about a superstar going to play with LeBron and feel like, it starts from the bottom up. We got a solid core now. Is the front office that off-putting?
No, I mean, great. I mean, I've heard some things that they've done. Like, for example, when Larry Nance was talking about like, I'm thinking about buying a house. Like, am I gonna get traded or not? And they're like, you good, and they traded him. So like, and then
word? You heard? That was a story you heard?
Yeah, that was a story I heard about Pelinka.
But I feel like that's what any team though. That's happened. What's his face? Ujiri did that basically to DeMar DeRozan. That's why he was so mad.
Signed his contract.
Yeah.
Same as Blake. Remember?
Blake Griffin. Yeah, they gave him a contract that summer. Yeah. After signing him, they traded him that season. So like, I didn't know love in business. Yeah, that's not just LA. That can happen anywhere. I think.
But you can't make it a story about like
that shit. Hey, it does not help LA. It
sounded like those Kobe memes where it'd be like some far-fetched.
The Mamba meme. Yeah, that's not like a meme.
like when Shaq stepped on Kobe's foot, so Kobe had an elephant stomp on his foot, so he'd never get paid again.
It does sound just like one of those Mamba memes, Mamba mentality memes.
Well, my thing is for all very important, especially you got an owner that feel like she can't come up with her own thoughts.
Yeah,
like
Jeannie Buss.
Yeah, the Linda and the Kirk. It's like they got too much power, and plus you're getting people from the business side to give us suggestions. I just feel like you got to take care of that.
Yeah, I don't know what the power dynamic is. Is there actually a hierarchy, or just people doing what they want to do?
Yeah, they've made LeBron's recruiting pitch very tough to superstars this summer because
I think honestly, just have LeBron in the room by himself, man. Don't bring.
Don't bring a whole team in the room. Just have LeBron.
Bring your people, and it's LeBron. Don't bring the owners and somebody from analytics or somebody from.
Because that's the one thing that's if LeBron wasn't in LA right now, to be honest, it might be like another 10 years before you see anything positive. Because at least right now, LeBron could be texting people and be like, "Look, we good, all right. I've been here before."
He's the only hope.
Yeah. He got to do a hell of a job recruiting this summer.
No, if LeBron wasn't there, and it would literally be a desert.
Is 80 moving?
Yeah. Huh?
80 moving?
See, I heard a report that he was meeting with somebody, like
David Griffin, the
president,
new GM. Yeah.
Because the thing is that. He said he was gone, but then you get that number 1 pick, and that's gonna be Zion.
Yeah, but that don't change AD though.
I'm saying that you still ship him, and then
obviously
you still ship him. Get
a young core, man.
You ship him this summer. You don't wait until next year because his value drops every game. Yeah.
I say you ship him, and then you have pieces to actually do a real rebuild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you.
And you have Zion, so you're not going to have to worry about ticket sales.
And you don't want to get to that situation like Zion is now he's probably like 7 years younger than AD right now. So you look ahead too. You don't even want that problem where like AD is starting to get a little bit older, and you got to find out how to rebuild a team around Zion, like in the middle of him and AD competing. Like that's something.
You mean like to a lesser extent when David Robinson.
See, the Spurs are able to pull that off though because they're the Spurs. They got like beautiful management. Like they didn't have to worry about that until Kawhi like messed it up by leaving. They never had to worry about that. Yeah. That's an intricate thing to pull off. So I feel like, especially because of the bad relationship with AD and stuff, I get it. You might want to keep him and stuff like that. He's a superstar player. I feel like you just wipe your hands clean, just turn him into a bunch of young pieces and help Zion out, like start a new era. That's how I feel. And which the report you were talking about is they met with David Griffin. David Griffin is trying to sell him on the on the future, but like AD is in year 7.
I just think they need to move him.
Yeah.
Because they have the number 1 pick, so that means you can literally give him to any.
Yeah,
like,
they got all the power.
They can give him to you can make it. They can make a package with just anybody that has assets.
To get it. I think honestly, get a young core. I don't see you bringing some. It's get a young core.
Yeah, and this back, Rod, you weren't here, but we were saying like the Knicks were in very strong position. If they get into this, they're in very strong position. They got 3rd pick, so
because he can get one of his buddies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They in a real strong position.
And then, so if you trade for AD, then if our predictions come true, then you have.
If they traded for AD, they would only get, I think, one of KD or Kyrie. I don't think they can make that work monetarily, could they? Like all 3 of them, I doubt. We had that conversation last week. Yeah, I doubt that. But yeah, that's something.
I can see.
But they get somebody regardless.
How do y'all feel about players doing what AD has basically done this season? Where like players don't play the last year of their contracts really now. Like if they're not happy with the situation, the last year is leverage.
Yeah,
I think that was because at the end of the day, like regardless of whether this is your day job. Mm-hmm. So like you're just not going to show up to work.
But that's what the last year of a contract has become. It's all leverage. Like if they're not happy with the situation,
they got to change the all season.
They got. I don't know what needs to change, but like it's starting to get out of pocket.
And there's not much you really.
Yeah, you want to go, in February scrambling and shit. So
yeah,
I understand they have to trade the all season.
Yeah, and okay, since we were doing free agency predictions, where you think he's actually getting traded though? Like, what's your?
Okay, out of all those free agents, that's the one that's very hard to determine because it depends on how everybody else is moving.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's some predictions are basically useless this summer because like it depends so much. Like you said, how everybody moving. Like in 2011 when LeBron, Bosh, and Wade teamed up, like that influences a lot. They could have went to Chicago instead. Like predictions are damn near useless.
Yeah,
we're doing them anyways. They're fun. Wow, I looked expecting us to be at like 40 minutes or something. We already over an hour. We had an hour and 2 minutes. So, we actually have an hour and 2 minutes until the NBA Finals. That is just further proof we live in a simulation. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this pod up. Y'all can go ahead and give y'all outro. Rod, say whatever you got to say to the people.
Eric Slench. You can find me on all social media platforms. It's CILENCIERIG, tweet, Snap, Tumblr. Tinder.
You rocking a Tumblr. Let me find out you got a Tumblr profile. Right
I do though.
For what? Memes? Like
artwork I do and stuff.
Alright, and Rod, say whatever you gotta say to the people.
So I'm still that guest, only 2 mics out here. But I'm not trying to get followed on no social media, so it's still gonna be a back out.
Yeah, Rod uses his social media strictly to procure memes for us. That's it. Like he don't post nothing. He don't tweet. Like you don't even have Twitter, do you?
No.
Yeah, no.
It's not about a meme. He's not even interested.
Exactly. Yeah, if it's not about a meme.
Or anime.
Yeah. Rod is strictly around on social media for our group chats. We're gonna try to invest in this pod a little bit, get a 3rd mic and all that good stuff. But for now, we got an hour and we will be watching some finals basketball. So enjoy the NBA Finals, and we'll see you here next week.